Hey, what's up, everybody? Send some love and positive vibes your way, especially if you need them today. Today we are drinking some Punked Punch Monster, and today we are going to attempt to work for 12 hours. I say attempt because I might get frustrated, things happen, or I might just get tired, but I think we'll be able to make it. The reason why we're trying for 12 hours is it is a Friday. It is 11 degrees with a real feel of -4. And there's supposed to be a massive snowstorm coming in tomorrow through the weekend. So we probably won't be working the next couple days. So we'd like to make as much money as we can today, since we'll be stuck at home the next couple days. And if anything is like yesterday, when I worked yesterday off camera, it's going to be pretty busy today with a lot of shopping orders, which is kind of why we're starting off on Earn by Time. We will not be on Earn by Time the entire day today. At some point we will switch out of it. And we also have Uber up, Grubhub up, Instacart up, all 4 apps. You might see me take some orders you wouldn't usually see me take. Obviously, if it's not at least $1 a mile, I'm not taking it. But until dinner rush, I'm a lot more lenient on the orders I take if I work, morning and evening. Obviously, dinner rush, I start to get a lot more picky. So we're starting off with like a 3.5 mile on peak pay, Earn by Time. There's peak pay on DoorDash until 9:30. So we're making $18 an hour plus tips from McDonald's. Not too bad. Let's get the day started. We're on Uber for our next offer. It is $17 for 7 miles from Walmart. Not too bad at all. Unfortunately, as I accepted that order, plus $7.50 for an additional 0.6 miles. You heard it here live. I don't know how many packages that is, so I'm not going to take an additional Walmart order for only $7. Anyways, as I was saying, before Uber so rudely interrupted me, after we accepted the offer that we are on, before I could go over to DoorDash and pause, we did get an offer over there, which I had to decline, which means if we want to stay on Earn by Time until our scheduled shift in, which is in an hour, we'll have to accept every other offer that comes our way on DoorDash. I don't know, because our shift ends at 9:30, and then we're scheduled to start it back up again at 11, and obviously I will check and see if it's busy enough for us to go online in between 9:30 and 11. So we'll see, but $17 for 7 miles, you're not going to pass that up. Let's go deliver it. All right, so here is the Walmart delivery. We are at their residence, and we are going to go drop it off. All right, we are on our next offer here. Unfortunately, it did take us like 20 minutes to get our next offer, maybe even 25. I kind of lost track of time. It's an okay offer, I guess. $7 for 5 miles, like I said. You'll probably see me take offers I normally wouldn't, just because it's slow. It's a Friday morning. As it gets later and later in the day, I will get more and more picky. But we're still on Earn by Time on DoorDash, but we haven't been sent anything. So, it'd be nice if they sent us something, but they haven't. So that's great. Let's go get this Starbucks. We are at a different Starbucks with a different delivery company. That's right. First offer on Grubhub. It was like $9.84 for 7.1 miles. Not bad. And we're at a different Starbucks than the one we just picked up from. But when I ended my Uber, I went offline instead of pausing, because you can go online whenever you want on Uber, so I feel like pausing is kind of pointless. I noticed something weird with my earnings. Because as you see with this screenshot, and as with every Walmart order I've ever done with Uber, you get paid immediately. There is no tip processing on those orders. Even though they always say that they have 336 hours to tip, to change their tips or whatever, you always get what was shown right away. No different on this one. And I took thank God that I have proof of this, by the way, that I was recording, so I took a screenshot. It was 17 something, right? And it was like, the customer tipped you even more afterwards, and it ended up being $20. And now it's not. right? Now it's $4.99. The tip is processing. For those of you who want to save some time on math, 336 hours is 2 weeks. I am not waiting 2 weeks for the rest of that money. $4.99. So that's what, $15 basically that I'm missing. So if that's not fixed within, well, I'll probably give it to the end of the shift because I'm recording, and I don't want to take time out of my shift to contact support. But when I'm wrapped up for the day, if that's not done, I'm calling them because I'm not waiting 2 weeks for my tip. That's crazy. Let's go pick this up. We still don't have that tip from the Walmart order. So I kind of thought about not doing this one, but it's just too good not to. $19 for 7 miles. We are back at Walmart. I'll keep you all updated on the tip situation, and obviously after this order, I'm going to screenshot immediately when I get the deposit and see if it does the same thing, and if Walmart's being weird today. I don't know. I mean, these offers are good, but I also don't want to wait 2 weeks to get my money, so let's see. All right, we got another big Walmart order. We're at the residence. Let's go drop it off. Our next offer is from DoorDash, $8 for 3.3 miles from Buffalo Wild Wings. And we got that tip from the last Walmart offer we just did. And it was actually ended up being crazy banger. But that begs the question, where's our tip from the first order that we got and then Uber took away from us? At this point, I feel like I am going to have to call customer support. It's been 2 hours since we finished that particular Uber order. So I don't know. Hopefully by the time I edit this video, we'll get an answer one way or another. I will, like I said, I'm not going to take time to call them until after the shift is over. Hey, maybe we'll be surprised and they'll tip us even more than they originally did. I would just really like to not have to wait 2 weeks to get it. Look, even with missing the $15, we're still making pretty good money. I mean, that Walmart offer obviously helps a lot. It was like $40 for 7 miles, so we like that. Let's go get this Buffalo Wild Wings. We are back at Walmart for our next order. We matched to a Trip Radar, 2 deliveries, $23 for 10 miles. And Uber Eats Quest is starting, where we get an extra $6 if we complete 3 trips. So this will be 2 of the 3. We're about to pull into Walmart. Let's do it. All right, we got this big order in the bag that has some cases of water. And then the second order is right here, including a sled. It is snowing tomorrow, right? It said that at the top of the video, so I guess this is a perfect time to order a sled. Let's go deliver it. All right, so I don't normally record while I'm driving, but we have our next offer, and it's 6 miles, like $8 for 6 miles on Grubhub from Chili's. Most of that is driving. It's like literally dropping off in the same plaza. But we got a lot to talk about. Well, a couple things to talk about. So I figured I'd fill the drive time talking to you guys. So that way, when I get there, I can just pick up the order and deliver it. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with how the Walmart orders work on Uber. I don't know if they work the same on Spark. But on Uber, they have little tags of barcodes that you have to scan to know that you're getting the right order and that you are then also dropping off the right order. And I've never had any mix-ups whatsoever in all the Walmart orders I've done on Uber. Before today, you may have noticed that the drop-off footage looked very similar on those 2 orders. The only thing missing the sled on the second order. That's because they put the sled with the wrong order. And the sled had one of those barcodes. Now, there's multiple barcodes in the order, but I've always just scanned one because you only have to scan one, and I call it a day. So that's what I did. I scanned the sled, said I had the right order for the right person. I drop it off. I get to the next person's drop off, and I immediately notice, I'm like, that's not right. That's the name of the last person. I go to scan it, and sure enough, I had dropped off the wrong order at the wrong house. Now, thankfully, it's only 2 miles in between drop-offs. So I get right back in the car, and I immediately start going back to the other person's house. Unfortunately, with Uber, it is extremely hard to try and contact somebody after you've already delivered their order. I could not do it. I'm like, I just hope and pray they didn't like put their food away, whatever, right? I get there and the food is no longer outside. The bags, sorry. I don't mean, some of it was food. There's like some cereal and stuff, but and as I pull up, they open the door and they start bringing it back outside. They're like, we tried to call you, but we couldn't figure out how. And I was like, yeah, they put the sled with the wrong order. I thought I had the right order, and we're just kind of joking about it and laughing. And as I was unloading their order, they were loading the other person's order back into my car. And, like I said, we laughed about it. It was thankfully, and I told them, and I don't know if this is true, but I told them, I said, I don't know if most drivers would have come back. They would have just delivered the other order to the other person, and y'all just got what you got. But I always do my absolute best to deliver the right stuff to the right people, because I would hope that someone would do the same for me. If I order something like that and they accidentally dropped it off at the wrong house, I would hope that they would do everything they could to make it right. Thankfully, in this instance, I was. And so that's awesome. That's cool. That's great. But as I was waiting for that Walmart order, I was sending the 2 screenshots from the first Walmart order of this shift. Yes, I'm going back to that Walmart order. About how Uber just stole $15 from me. And as I'm looking at those screenshots, I noticed some very important language. Okay? When we completed the order, and I took that screenshot of the completed order, it said, the estimate for this trip was, $19, whatever it was, $17, $14, I don't remember the exact number. The estimate was blank, including an upfront tip. And the customer decided to tip you even more after delivery. That's all it says. I'll show you here. That's all it says. Nothing about they can change the tip won't be available. Nothing along those lines whatsoever. I feel like that's very important. Because then, and 30 minutes later, when they took the money away from me, now all of a sudden the tip can change? Because they didn't say that before. And if you notice in the next Walmart order we did, the one that was like a real banger, again, same language where it said the estimate was this amount, including an upfront tip. It says nothing about being able to change the tip. So I believe, and let me know if you agree with me, they stole my money. Because if we look even further, and I will see if I can screenshot proof, I know a lot of banks don't let you, but I'm going to see if I can. That money hit my account in my Uber Pro card. And I immediately sent that money to my wife because my wife wanted to get coffee and gas and all this other stuff. So I sent it to her. They then took that money away from me and actually made my Uber account negative $15. Which is insane. I don't even know if that's legal. Like, once you give me the money, like, once it hits my account, are you legally allowed to then take it away from me? I don't know if it's illegal, but if it isn't, it's definitely a gray area. That raises some concerns, right? Like, it was in my account, and then you just decided to take it away from me. So, we still don't have that $15 that we're missing. And I absolutely will be calling Uber and telling them basically what I just told you. Like, you guys didn't say anything about the tip could be changed, and you guys put the money in my account. And I have receipts, hopefully for both. I definitely have the receipt for that language of them not saying anything about being able to change the tip. And hopefully, like I said, I'll be able to screenshot the bank transaction where it was deposited into my Uber bank account. This is actually becoming a wild situation, in my opinion. I've never had this happen before. I've obviously have had where people will reduce the tip, by like maybe a couple bucks. I've never had it where I've delivered an order, the money hits my account, and then Uber takes it out of my account, takes it away from me. So, like I said, at the end of the shift, I will be calling them if I don't have the money. It's now been 3 hours. I don't think I'm getting the money. I think I'm going to have to call them. So, stay tuned till the end of the shift to get whatever update I can give you guys. Let's go get this Chili's. All right, we have our first shopping order of the shift. It is 3 items from Walgreens. It was like $6.50 for 1.8 miles. It does have alcohol, so there won't be any drop-off footage, but only 3 items. Nice, quick, and easy shopping order. This will qualify as our third, so we'll actually get an extra $6 on top of this after we deliver this order. So we're kind of killing it today. Would still love to know where my missing $15 is, though, Uber. They don't have any more. I'll look and see if they want the whole milk version. They approved the chocolate one, but this one's got a dent. So we're going to take this one behind it. Our next offer is from Dollar General. It is for 10 items, 11 units, $27 for 14 miles. It's almost $2 a mile. I don't love the item count, but this will complete the next step of the quest, which will give us an extra $4. So I'm looking at it like $31 for 14 miles. Then it is $2 a mile, and we do love that. So let's go shopping. Man, Uber is all sorts of problems today. So the Uber Plus card was actually declined twice before I called to support. I was on hold for about 5 minutes. They got it taken care of. I was able to pay for the order. We did get an add-on from Walmart while we were in there. We're still making good money. Let's go pick up this Walmart order. So this is the Walmart order, just a bunch of toast. And the funny thing is I just delivered, I would say a week or two ago, a bunch of toast like this to them. I guess they needed more. Let's go drop it off. We only needed one more delivery to completely complete the Uber Eats quest, and we needed to get one more before 3 p.m. and at 2:59 we snagged this offer off the Trip Radar. It's like $8 for 3 miles. I matched so fast. Hopefully we matched in time for it to count towards the quest. If not, I'll be sad, but still, even so, $8 and some change for 3 miles to deliver some smokes. Sure, you need your smokes before the winter storm comes. I get it. I am a former smoker, thankfully no longer, but I get it. Okay, so let's go deliver some smokes. So we didn't accept it in time for the extra $6 because, well, it ended at 2. My dummy self thought it ended at 3. And I actually declined a couple DoorDash offers that I was teetering on, like, taking. Maybe I should have taken them. I don't know. It's $8, some change for 3 miles. It's still good, right? Like, I'm not complaining about that, but Duh, stupid. Anyways, we're still on Uber. You know, they're still sending us good offers. So $9 for 4 miles from McDonald's. Let's go. All right, so after that Grubhub order, the Hawaiian Chinese, things just kind of stopped being good, if that makes sense. Like the orders didn't stop, but the ones that were worth taking did. I was actually kind of grateful for that because we've been kind of like go since we started at 8 a.m. this morning. And so I was hungry. I needed to use the restroom. So I ran home, grabbed a drink as well because I didn't have a drink. And I could just kind of refuel a little bit to get the last leg of this 12-hour shift done. We've got about 3 hours and 15 minutes left. And we got a double stack here from DoorDash. It is a shopping order from Family Dollar, 2 items. And then 3 margaritas. And it's $21 for 12.3 miles, I think. It's all right. It's pretty good. I like, especially on a Friday night, especially with the weather like this, coming up on dinner rush, I like to stick to $2 a mile. But, sometimes you're like, you know what, I'm going to do this order. And that's what it was with them. It doesn't quite hit the $2 a mile, but I'm going to do this order. So let's go do this order. To fill up, so that's why there's a little bit of time in between the last order and this order. Not the greatest time to fill up, right? Right at the beginning of the dinner rush, but I had to go. I had like 30 miles to leave. Didn't want to push it. I had to fill up. So we got this offer here from Target. 2 items, $12, 4 miles. Let's get it. We're almost finished with our 12-hour shift. I am getting pretty exhausted. We have another shopping order here from Target. 2 items. It's $16 for 7 miles. Not too bad at all. I'm using this person who's parked across from me, their headlights as my light. Because, why not? It's getting late. It's 7 o'clock. It's going to take us a little bit of time to shop and deliver. Probably 7:20. I would figure we're going to be done by this so we could squeeze in one more. So let's go shopping and see what our last offer of the day is. We end our 12-hour shift with this double stack from Little Caesars. Not a bad little order to end the shift. It's it's almost $20 for a little under 10 miles. We never did get that Walmart money, that $15. So I'll probably wait till tomorrow, right? I just worked 12 hours. I'm exhausted. I'm probably just gonna call as I was saying, I'm probably just going to call tomorrow when I'm more awake and maybe not as irritable because I have a feeling I'm going to have to fight tooth and nail to get those $15, but I rightfully earned those $15. We have receipts. We have screenshots of where we had that money and then they took it from us. So, not cool, Uber. But, all right, well, I'm going to insert myself here in the middle of my yapping. I did get into contact with support the following day through the chat. Maybe I would have gotten a different result if I had called, but I really don't think that I would have. Now, I've been doing Uber for a while. I mainly do DoorDash. Well, I guess now really I kind of mainly do Uber, but before I did mainly DoorDash. I have over 2,500 deliveries on DoorDash. I think I have like 400 or 500 on Uber. Not really entirely sure. But I digress. I knew tip baiting was a thing. Now, I didn't ever think that it would happen on a Walmart order because, to the best of my understanding, the Walmart orders on Uber are sent from Spark or sent from Walmart. Like, you're not ordering them through Uber Eats, unless I'm mistaken. So, unless you can change the tip on Walmart Spark as well, I don't understand how they could have taken their tip back, because every single order that I do on Uber Eats, it takes an hour, roughly, for the tip to come through, except on Walmart. And I've done a lot of Walmart orders, and they're always instant. You get the money, you get what was shown. So I did not believe it was possible for there to be tip baiting on Walmart orders. But according to these messages here from the customer service agent that I was talking to, apparently they took the tip back, which is mind-boggling because they added more onto the tip. So initially I got more than what was shown, but then they took it back. I don't understand. Maybe because there was a wheelchair ramp and I blocked the front of the ramp with the groceries. You didn't have a special note of where you wanted them in there. And, I don't know if everyone in that house is disabled on a wheelchair, right? I don't know these things. So if you don't put a note on there, I'm going to the best of my ability, just put it in front of your door. Maybe that's why they took it away. I don't know. But it's especially frustrating because if you go back to the beginning of the video, it was a real feel of negative temperatures. I think it was like -3, -4 of the real feel. It was like 10 degrees. So in literally freezing temperatures, they decided to withdraw the tip. And you guys saw how big that Walmart order was. That took, I think, like 4 trips back and forth because of the sodas and the drinks. So it's pretty frustrating. I didn't bother to call because, in my experience, trying to get money from Uber for anything is a pain in the butt. Like if somebody picked up the order and I drove all the way to pick up something, right? Like, it's a pain. And you almost always get paid $3. So I didn't feel like calling and maybe getting a $3 compensation was worth it. So I just decided to leave it alone. So, that's your update. We never got that $15, and I don't think we ever will. So let's get back to the video. Cool, Uber, but it was a pretty good day. We made a lot of money. I don't really know the totals right now because we have 3 different apps I got to add up when the shift is over, when I'm editing the video. But if I had to take a guess, I would say we probably made $230, $240, maybe $250. I don't know. We made good money. That's all I know. I'm really tired and exhausted. Let's go deliver these pizzas and go over the numbers. And until we dash again, have a good one, guys.